Even though you've
Mhm.
moved out to Vegas, so like tell us what the shape that EX Dojo has taken today, and I mean not even necessarily future plans, but I mean what do you really consider EX Dojo to be? Because even if it's not a physical space, then surely it means something.
Yeah. So at first, like it was a physical thing at one point, right? Like I mentioned before COVID.
Yeah, sure.
But when we came back and we did completely stop operations, I'm not even fully sure if it's still a business at this point. I have to go look at that pretty soon here. But um, because in Texas it just stays, right? You don't actually have to declare any cancellation or anything like that.
Good to
But
know.
yeah, I know, right? So I was like, oh, okay, that might actually work out in my favor. I don't want to go through that whole process again. Luckily, there was no income for the last 2 years, so I don't really have to worry about much. Even if I have to go clear some stuff up, it should be fine. But yeah, so looking at that, moving to Vegas was kind of a necessary move for me. I felt like I did a lot that I wanted to do in Dallas, and um, the people that were around me were well equipped to carry on the torch and grow into their own whoever they're going to become. And for me, I realized that EX Dojo had to become something more than just a physical space, especially because now we've kind of entered this era of digital gaming for fighting games. It was never really a thing that was considered legitimate up until recently, where even just making a top 8 at TNS online is valued now. That's a real thing that is being wagered against offline performances. So I think that was eye opening for me. Even during COVID, there was a huge opportunity there for myself to just completely transition into the online scene and just maybe go full on online, which I should have done, but I didn't have the foresight, or at least the mental stability to just ignore the gigantic loss that we're going through, and just look for what we could do. So after that, recently, I would say like about a year ago now, we restarted. We changed the format completely. A lot of the ideas that we've always had, like using belts, like a belt system, like karate, and applying that into our system. We're actually doing that now. We're doing it outside of the online rankings. We have our own metrics that we measure, and we have different ways to test, different ways to get people to grow, things like that. And we've seen a lot of success from people who have been there even as little as 3 weeks. MR going up 400 points and stuff like that. So the system works. Um, and now it's just full on. It's a dojo. It's a digital dojo. That is what it is. And the relationships that are built in there they transcend beyond fighting games. You have people helping others with finding jobs, helping others with fitness stuff. It's
It's a lifestyle.
becoming, yeah, it's becoming something more. I'm very interested to see how it grows, because the community is a big part of what it molds into. We're just kind of watching it and, like, shaping it so it doesn't go in a negative way. And we empower the ideas and the whatever directions that seem to be positive. We empower those, and then we do our best to make sure that everything is growing and everything is as stable as it can be for everyone in there.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, when sumo wrestlers are trained, they're taught about like shingi tai, like heart, mind, and body, in that order. So you do really have to kind of hone everything in order to become the best athlete you can be, the best fighter you can be. I mean, I can't imagine that being any different for video games, and that's kind of how it's seemed to have molded into EX Dojo.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. It's a lot of that, just self improvement in general. The culture is meant to be, again. It's not meant to be so serious. It's supposed to be playful. We do our best to really push that culture of, hey, you want to be respectful. You want to respect people's boundaries. You still want to be playful, though. You don't want to take this so seriously that it's a problem. Some of the best strikers or best grapplers in the world they train very playfully, right? If you train like Muay Thai in Thailand, like everything's light, 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 and then in the fight they go crazy. But they want to get as many reps in as possible. They want to be able to try things out without risking stuff. So we try to create these environments where people can grow in and outside of the game, and it's kind of cool to see.
Uh, I mean, it's kind of cool to hear about.